gonna start this video off with me being honest with you guys. This season has been fantastic. I mean, you got Slime, Shield Hero, Promised Neverland, Love is War, Mob Psycho 2, hell, even Real Girl Season 2, which I talked about just last week. All of these shows are fantastic, but there is one show in particular from this season that deserves a little bit of a different title. Dororo is a show that I could only describe as timeless. I'm Manime Matt, and let's talk about why you need to watch Dororo. But first, a huge thank you to the sponsor of this video, Kurzspell. I actually got the honor of playing in the beta a few weeks back, and all I can say is that it's incredible. It's an MMORPG with a cool class system and some fun character customization. I actually built Miorio from My Hero Academia and had a blast. The combat system is fun and the art is extremely gorgeous. Like, they have fully animated cutscenes in this game. If you're interested in playing, feel free to add Kurzspell to your Steam wishlist. I'll have a link for you guys down in the description. There's just something inherently intriguing about well-done period pieces with some mystical aspects to them. The first show that always comes to mind, at least for me, is Mushishi. But Dororo is quickly becoming another one of these shows. The anime takes place in feudal Japan, where many of the lords are warring and thusly most of Japan is covered in battles and blood. The show follows Dororo, a small child, and Hyakkimaru, a boy with many missing body parts. Their goal is to survive as well as hunt down demons who will, one by one, give Hyakkimaru back his missing body parts as they are defeated. This show is dark. I do want to preface this beforehand. This is feudal Japan after all. And that's kind of the interesting thing about this anime. It's asking us some pretty deep questions. The most interesting one is what makes us human. Hyakkimaru is a perfect case study of this. At the beginning of the show, he is pretty far off from being a human physically speaking. He's mostly machine, to be honest. But as he hunts down more and more demons, he continues to get more body parts and thusly is able to understand the world around him much more. But this kind of backfires. As Hyakkimaru is able to comprehend more of the world around him, he begins to understand the cruelty that occurs in this world. This often results in him killing many humans and, in a way, making Hyakkimaru less of a human. It's this interesting idea that the more human Hyakkimaru becomes physically, the less mentally human he becomes. This is most clear in the arc where Hyakkimaru is injured after fighting a demon and is taken in by a lady with a beautiful voice and a few children she was taking care of. Oh, spoilers ahead. Skip to this time code if you haven't seen this arc yet. We later find out that the woman who is taking care of these children is prostituting herself out to the very same samurai who destroyed their lives in the first place. But instead of being perceived as some desperate and sad attempt at survival, it's her own way of taking back what they had stolen. She uses this power to buy something to heal Hyakkimaru so he can fight off the demon in a specific location so they can all live peacefully. But his attempt fails and Hyakkimaru loses his leg. So after recovering for a few days, Hyakkimaru gets impatient. Wanting his leg back along with some revenge, he sets out early to kill the demon. This time he succeeds, but at a heavy cost. We find out that while he was gone, the samurai came to their hideout and slaughtered everyone. Hyakkimaru, rightfully so, goes berserk and kills all of the warriors. It's this dark turn of events where if Hyakkimaru hadn't gotten impatient, he would have been able to help. But thanks to him wanting revenge and wanting to become more physically human, he, in a way, became less human. It's this very harsh punishment for his greed and impatience. For a show about hunting demons, the main antagonists of the show are almost always human. Most of the demons are made from humans or are merely non-threatening. The often most unpredictable and most dangerous characters in the show are humans themselves. After all, the characters who most push Hyakkimaru towards being a monster are human. Of course, there are many small rays of hope in the show, in particular the young child who travels with Hyakkimaru, Dororo. Dororo often brings Hyakkimaru back to Earth whenever he goes berserk. This character is a strong reminder of the kindness humans are capable of and grows alongside Hyakkimaru. And keep in mind, I haven't even talked about the incredible fight scenes, the amazingly stylized art, some of the major issues the show discusses, and even the incredible soundtrack and OP. Dororo is going to be a timeless classic. I think that much is clear. With the show's question of what makes someone human and Hyakkimaru's and Dororo's development as characters, it's just hard to say anything other than you need to watch Dororo. Thank you guys so much for watching, and once again, a huge thank you to Kurtzspell for sponsoring this video. Once again, I'll have a link to the game down in the description. I'm not gonna lie, I had so many different topics I wanted to cover in this video, but then I realized that this show is actually 24 episodes long. I didn't realize that, so that gives me enough time to prepare another video, maybe even 2. So expect more videos on this show in the somewhat distant future. A huge thank you to my patrons, you guys are my heroes. Speaking of which, if you're interested in seeing how I edit, joining our exclusive Discord, or simply supporting the channel, feel free to join me on Patreon. Make sure you guys share, like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Matt. Make sure you guys stay man and go watch that goddamned anime.